Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Ryan Bolda joining us here again. He's the owner of his own company. It's health and wellness, a company known as CBD Surgeons. That's cbdsurgeons.shop from Mount Clemens, Michigan. Welcome back today. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today, Jill?
I'm doing well, Ryan. Please introduce yourself to our listeners.
Okay, so my name is Ryan Bolda. I own a CBD company here in Mount Clemens, Michigan. Basically, we just cater to our community in the United States. We ship our products throughout the United States. All of our products are made here locally with all organic hemp. We do products from CBD all the way to THCO, which is another hemp derivative, so it's just a whole bunch of different cannabinoids, basically.
Awesome. And explain us what cannabinoids even are, right? Some people might say, what?
Right. So cannabinoids are basically anything that can be extracted from the hemp plant. There are over 500 different cannabinoids in the entire cannabis plant. Most that can only be found in very, very small quantities. Pretty much. And then, but they all have different functions. Like you have different receptors in your body. You have CB1 receptors and CB2 receptors. So each one of these cannabinoids helps activate one of these receptors in what is called the endocannabinoid system. And that's basically what these products are all focused around.
Mm-hmm. And let's talk about some of the products in particular that are your best sellers and that can help people. I mean, there's so much to the benefits of it. We should talk about that as well.
For sure. Yeah, we have a big topic that even us, like me and my staff, that we had talked about in the last week is depression. A lot of CBD and hemp-derived products help, regulate a lot of the biological processes that happen when you release all these chemicals, because everyone nowadays is imbalanced, rather that be from lack of nutrition or just lack of self-care. I think everyone in the past few years has been through a lot, and depression is, I think, at its highest it's ever been. What CBD does is, excuse me, CBD, it activates the endocannabinoid system, and then your body basically keeps releasing these chemicals until your body reaches what we call homeostasis, which is basically complete internal balance, and it is a very important healing function that each one of our bodies has the ability to reach, which is fascinating because I don't think everyone spends their day trying to activate their endocannabinoid system, but it is definitely one of the more important processes that I think should be brought to light a lot. I don't think people know enough about the endocannabinoid system.
Yeah, now that I'm learning as well as we go here.
Yeah.
Well, what else did you want to share with us today?
So we have, which has been a huge issue for us, and honestly, it's kind of one of the things that brought us to you, is kind of some of the restrictions that we have, because education, can only go so far. We need to be able to reach these people that, we have the opportunity right now to do that. But on social media and a lot of other online platforms, we don't have that luxury to be able to speak freely about some of the things, that is going on right now. I think Twitter recently is one of the first platforms to actually allow not even just hemp-related ads, but they're also going to start allowing even more cannabis in general, which is, cannabis is hemp and marijuana. So they're loosening the restrictions on that, and that's kind of been like really exciting for us because even up until this point in my conversation with you, it's been very difficult to reach and educate people on all the things I think we should already be educated on.
Absolutely. And what brought you into this field? Could you share a little bit about your background? I think that's important. And then let's talk about the significance of the products and how you stand behind them.
So kind of what I do specifically. So starting out about March of last year, it was kind of just me and not too many, like a few other people. We started this business, and it was kind of started off small, like a small idea, and we just kind of wanted to help because of a lot of the issues kind of plaguing not only like the Detroit area, but I guess in the whole United States. Like the opiate epidemic and just addiction in general has had like a profound effect on so many of our I think addiction has affected everybody in some capacity, and especially here in Michigan, like I was kind of saying, it was pretty rampant. So we've wanted to at least give our community, if nothing else, another safer option, to dangerous pharmaceuticals. And I know a lot of alternative holistic practitioners who do things differently, but we strive to focus more on, actually activating your own body to basically heal. We say heal yourself, treat yourself, because it's all self-care, and I think that is one of the more important things, because a lot of other medicines or alternative medicines, they work like while you're using it, and over time it works, but CBD has such powerful anti-inflammatory effects, and just hemp products in general have so many anti-inflammatory effects that it really treats a lot of the underlying issues for pain, discomfort, plus a lot of other things.
Yeah, tell me about it. Speaking of, what are some of the things that your products could help with? Speaking of pain.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Speaking of pain, you just mentioned pain, right? What types of products do you have that can help people with pain?
Okay, so a lot of when people come to us with pain, we focus a lot, kind of like a two-way approach. Like we have our topicals, which we usually always recommend with people who have pain, but we also have people who come to us and say topicals does not work for them, in which we would recommend one of our newer products. We have these infused almonds, and we have it in two different forms. So almonds have, there's a study that says eating 4 almonds a day has like massive health benefits, like even for your brain. So in addition with like the added CBD properties, I think one of our roasted almond products is really a great introductory product for people who aren't very familiar with CBD, because they're low dosage. They're kind of a snack. It's very inconspicuous. And again, you can find all of this stuff at our website. It's www.cbdsurgeons.shop. And so I think the almonds have been one of our healthier alternatives. And like I said, it's very low-key and conspicuous, and you're still getting all those benefits from the hemp extract.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And let me ask you, as far as pain, people suffer with chronic pain. We're talking fibromyalgia, talking, arthritis. And I've heard so much great things about CBD products that can help people. Now, again, this is where I get confused, right? And as someone who's not in your business, if you could point out, there's the gummies, there's tinctures, there's pills, there's what do you recommend?
There's so many different options, and a lot of
Yeah.
it, we kind of go about it. One of, like, I don't know what you would call it, like our slogan is find your vibe, because there's so many different. Everyone has their own way of going about it, and one way that works for one person won't work. It probably won't work for maybe someone in the same similar circumstance. So, with products like tinctures and gummies and almonds, and there's just so many different options. They even have capsules, powders. There's so many different options,
Yeah.
right? So we kind of always try to do like an assessment. Obviously we can't do that with everyone, but we offer even our customers the ability to reach out to one of our trained quote unquote surgeons, and again, our company is called CBD Surgeons, and none of our staff actually has a PhD or anything like that. It's kind of, it's kind of the whole point.
Well, let's
of
talk
our
about that
company.
right there. There's restrictions too with online advertising that you wanted to talk about as well, related to cannabis and specifically hemp. Oh, did you want to add on that? You wanted to mention online advertising restrictions about hemp and cannabis as well?
Oh yeah. It's just there's just been so many. It's so difficult for us to reach our. I think I had even touched upon that a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
It's really hard for us to reach our the people who really need it, and the people who need it might not even know they need it, or that's probably because they don't know enough about it, and being not, a giant multi-billion-dollar company who can find ways to reach you. We're sometimes we have to get on and talk to Jill, right, to reach our people.
Yeah. Well, what about CBD being used for depression? I know you wanted to spend some time talking about that in particular.
Yes, specifically with depression. I don't know. There's just, I guess you don't really know. You have to, I guess, identify that you're going through a depression, like on a personal level. And a lot of people don't even really know that they don't feel 100% well, and that that they could, or at least they could feel better, because using products like CBD activates the endocannabinoid system, which a lot of people don't pay enough attention to. The system is so important to like your mental sanity and your mental health in general, that without it, at least having some attention, I think everyone to a certain extent would, have symptoms of being, I don't know, maybe a little sad, or feeling as if, it's depression is different for everybody. But the one thing that remains the same is that, with the endocannabinoid system, it will help restore you back to like a happier state naturally over time. Of course, you have to keep taking it every day. I think I've even mentioned this before in like our last talk. It's not something that you're supposed to. It's not supposed to be a permanent solution. Like, you're not supposed to take. No one expects you to take CBD every day for the rest of your life, because that is unrealistic. It's not. It's not supposed to be a replacement for the rest of your life for narcotics. It's supposed to help you. And when I say this, a lot of people, I have to say it a couple of times because people don't understand. It helps get you back to a place where your body is naturally doing this for you. It's not, like, I can't reiterate that enough. Like, it's not a permanent solution. And that's the beauty of the product, because who wants to be reliant upon substances the rest of their life? And I know quite a few people who have gone the opposite direction after dealing with pharmaceuticals.
Got it. Well, at this point, let's take our quick commercial break here. Remind us how we could reach you. Give us all forms of contact, please.
Yeah, so you can always go to our store website. It's www.cbdsurgeons.shop. You can reach out to me personally. My name is Ryan. It's 586-246-5852. Or you can send us an email at operations@cbdsurgeons.shop.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. All right, everyone, let's do this. Let's take that break, and when we return, we'll talk more about the products that our surgeon friends have to offer, and looking forward to it. We'll be right back with more. Don't go anywhere.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. The IRS just rolled out a new program to help struggling taxpayers more easily resolve their tax problems. It's called the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, and it opens up powerful new options for people looking to get back on the right track with the IRS. And no one knows this program like the professionals at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution company. They've resolved over $1 billion in tax debt for their clients and have the expertise and experience to help you. One easy call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries of wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Make today the beginning of your fresh start with the IRS. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief now for your free confidential consultation.
Call 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hi, do you suffer from an acute or chronic body aches or mental stress? Here is the solution. My name is Mohamed Porfek, and I'm the owner and operator of massage services at Massage Therapy located in Beverly Hills, California. I will guarantee you when you walk out of my room, you will feel like a new person. Book your appointment online today at massagetherapy.com.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Hello. Welcome back to the show. Are you with us? So sorry. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
There you go. Sorry about that. I couldn't get the button back on. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. But we're talking here in regards to clearly all your products that could be of service to so many people. And really, we were talking today, we just touched upon a little bit about depression and how so many people clearly suffer with that as one of their major ailments. What else in particular did you have in mind for us today? What other area of focus from your notes did you want to go? I know we kind of went out of order. I'll let you pick it up.
Don't worry about it. I can kind of finish up on what were some of my main points. So a lot of people don't know so we primarily focus on full spectrum CBD products, and there's a big difference between full spectrum CBD and regular CBD, or what they call CBD isolate. So full spectrum CBD consists of most, if not all, in some cases all of the cannabinoids of the hemp plant, and CBD isolate is literally exactly what it sounds like. It's just CBD. CBD by itself is non-intoxicating. When you get CBD isolate, it's just primarily for supplemental use, dietary supplemental use. But when you start dealing with products like ours, full spectrum CBD, you also get,
and that gets confusing too. Yeah. So I want to hear the difference between that. Thank you.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to explain, especially for people who are new to CBD, because there's full spectrum CBD, there's broad spectrum CBD, and then there's CBD isolate. Full spectrum CBD has most, if not all, of the cannabinoids. Broad spectrum is when these cannabinoid specialists isolate and extract specific cannabinoids. And when I say specific cannabinoids, I mean cannabinoids like CBN, HHC, CBC, CBG, or one of the other 500 cannabinoids. They take those and they just kind of play CBD God and make their own specific CBD products. And then with full spectrum CBD, which is what we focus on, we think it's best to get the full spectrum or the full experience of the hemp plant, and that's kind of how we go about it. We use the complete spectrum of the hemp plant, because it's so wonderful, as is, basically.
Good to know. And did you want to talk more about the CBN? And we talked a little bit about that last week. And could you share, first of all, what is CBN? Let's go a little deeper into that.
Yeah, CBN has been a really popular product for us as of lately. So CBN's properties are mostly anti-anxiety, slightly sedative initial effects. It's really good for sleep. We recommend that to most of our customers who come to us with extreme sleeping problems. Like a lot of people, and myself included, I do not like taking melatonin, which is why I try to steer customers away from it, because I guess of just personal experiences. But CBN is a great alternative for melatonin. A lot of people complain about nightmares when they take melatonin. I personally know melatonin has helped for a lot of people, so I'm not going to bash melatonin, or anything. But I believe, with the specific cannabinoid CBN, which stands for, I guess I shouldn't get ahead of myself. CBN stands for cannabinol. It's just a slightly psychoactive cannabinoid, and it just basically helps a lot with sleep. With kind of what we focus on. And then one of the other uses for it is basically for, I think I had mentioned it's anti-anxiety. A lot of people...
Yeah, because everyone's suffering with that added anxiety, right?
Right, exactly. So anti-anxiety properties, people with social anxiety especially, or it even goes back to sleep, because anxiety is one of those the main factors that keep people up at night thinking about the next day. Money problems. I mean, there's just so many different factors in today's life, today's world, that makes us stressed. CBN, after some consistent use, maybe like a week or two, we call it like a week or two regimen. We want people to kind of grade themselves before and grade themselves during, grade themselves after, to see the progression of what these cannabinoids do for you internally and how that translates into you having less anxiety, less pain, and ultimately in a better mood, because those are the underlying problems that contribute to how you feel throughout the day.
Awesome. All right. We still got 3 minutes left in the show. There's still more to talk about your products, maybe some bestsellers or any shipping deals. Give us the scoop.
Yeah, so we do free shipping on all orders right now over $50. We do that throughout the United States. We decided we would kind of do that as kind of a promotional thing, with your show. And again, we're very grateful for you guys bringing us on to spread our message of healthy alternatives to some of these prescription drugs. One thing specifically that I just wanted to kind of make people aware of is when they're searching for CBD oils, there's so many different terms used. There's hemp seed oil, there's hemp oil, there's hemp extract, and then there's CBD. And then you kind of have to know the differences between that. If you see hemp extract, it most likely has CBD in it. If you're seeing like hemp oil, it's most likely made from hemp seeds. So there's these little minute differences of shopping for CBD, and if you don't know, you might not be getting exactly what you're looking for. And that's where, someone like us, we call ourselves CBD surgeons, that's kind of where we come in, help explain it all to you, get you exactly the right treatment that you need, or like a symptom plan, and then, we aim to help you make you feel better, right? That's the whole name of the game.
Well, it's good to know we can call. So if people have questions, they're able to talk to you, a human being. It's not just all operated online. We could talk to you to find out what you suggest, tell you our problems or issues, and make that suggestion, which makes you guys unique because you are one-on-one. And if someone does want to reach out to you, how can we do so?
Reach out to me specifically. You can call us at 586-246-5852. You can go visit our website, and you can even have a conversation with one of our cannabinoid specialists at www.cbdsurgeons.shop. There's a little messenger icon in the bottom right corner. Or you can send us an email at operations@cbdsurgeons.shop.
All right. Thank you again for being here, for joining us and enlightening us again and going over all these specifics. We really do appreciate your insight and your time today. Really, pleasure having you back here. And if, just want to remind everyone, again, don't forget, your bestseller would be what? If we want to try something today, what is it going to be?
If you want to try something today, I would strongly recommend the CBD and the CBN gummies. Right now, it is probably our bestseller. We have a lot of great reviews on our product, specifically CBD and CBN. Go check out our website, and you'll hear all the good stories.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Pleasure having you back here. Thanks for today. Great energy. Have a great day. And to all of our listeners, stay tuned. More of the show's on the way.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.